For decades, Bill Cosby was known as America's dad, thanks to his role as Dr. Cliff Huxtable on The Cosby Show. He embodied the wise, loving father figure everyone admired, especially in Black America, where positive representations were rare. Cosby's image went beyond TV. He was seen as a real-life moral leader, giving speeches and writing books about education and responsibility. He donated millions to historically Black colleges, reinforcing his commitment to uplifting the community. People trusted him. He was more than a celebrity. He was an institution. His clean comedy and family-friendly persona made him a role model. Parents wanted their children to look up to him, believing he represented the best of the American dream. This carefully crafted image made his later downfall all the more shocking. Cosby's reputation was built on decades of public trust and moral authority. But the very foundation of his empire would soon be shaken. The story of America's dad would take a turn no one expected. Bill Cosby's journey began in the Philadelphia projects, marked by poverty and hard work. He dropped out of high school, joined the Navy, and later earned his diploma. His rise was inspiring. Cosby's comedy drew from his life, connecting with audiences of all backgrounds. In the 1960s, he became a star by telling universal stories, not just focusing on race. He won multiple Grammys and broke barriers as the first Black lead in a dramatic TV series, I Spy, winning 3 Emmys. Cosby showed a Black man could be a hero and a leading man. He created Fat Albert, teaching kids moral lessons, and earned a doctorate in education. By the early 1980s, Cosby was one of America's most trusted and beloved figures. His success seemed unstoppable. In 1984, The Cosby Show debuted, centering on the upper-middle-class Huxtable family. Cosby played Dr. Huxtable, a successful doctor alongside his lawyer wife Claire, raising 5 children in a loving home. The show was a massive hit, topping ratings for 5 years. It shattered stereotypes, showing Black families as educated, prosperous, and relatable. The Huxtables' universal family issues resonated with viewers of all backgrounds. The show became a source of pride and inspiration, especially in the Black community. Cosby used his platform to promote education and responsibility, backing it up with philanthropy. The Cosby Show's legacy is complicated now, but its impact was undeniable. It helped change perceptions and even influenced the cultural climate in America. For a generation, Cosby was the embodiment of the ideal father. Behind Cosby's public image, troubling rumors circulated in Hollywood for years. Stories of infidelity and darker whispers were kept quiet by his powerful team. In 2005, Andrea Constant accused Cosby of drugging and assaulting her, leading to a lawsuit. Cosby settled out of court, and the details were sealed. 13 other women were ready to testify, but their stories never reached the public. The world moved on, unaware of the storm brewing beneath the surface. For nearly a decade, Cosby's reputation remained mostly intact. The Constant case was dismissed by many as a one-time accusation. The public clung to the image of Dr. Huxtable, ignoring the cracks in his legacy. The damaging information stayed hidden, and whispers remained whispers. But the foundation of his legacy was already beginning to crumble. In 2014, comedian Hannibal Buress called out Cosby's alleged crimes on stage, and the clip went viral. Suddenly, decades-old rumors became headline news. Women began coming forward, over 60 in total, sharing similar stories of being drugged and assaulted by Cosby. The pattern was impossible to ignore. In 2015, a judge unsealed Cosby's 2005 deposition, where he admitted to obtaining sedatives for women. Prosecutors charged him just before the statute of limitations expired. Cosby's first trial ended in a mistrial, but a second trial allowed more accusers to testify. In 2018, Cosby was found guilty on 3 counts of aggravated indecent assault. America's dad was now a convicted felon. He was sentenced to 3 to 10 years in prison. The fall from grace was historic and devastating. The man once trusted by millions was now at the center of one of the biggest scandals in entertainment history. The truth could no longer be ignored. Cosby served just over 2 years in prison before the Pennsylvania Supreme Court overturned his conviction in 2021. The decision wasn't about guilt or innocence, but a legal technicality, a broken promise from a former prosecutor. Because Cosby relied on that promise to testify in a civil case, the court ruled his rights were violated. He was released immediately, and the public reaction was deeply divided. For accusers, It felt like justice was undone by a loophole. Many were outraged, believing the ruling ignored the voices of dozens of women. Cosby and his supporters claimed vindication, insisting he was wronged by the system. Today, Cosby's legacy is painfully complex. He broke barriers and inspired millions, but over 60 women accused him of being a serial predator. His story forces us to confront hard questions about fame, power, and accountability. Can we separate the art from the artist? For many, the image of America's dad is forever shattered, replaced by a much darker reality.